Hi, this is Jessa of the Real Witches, the Hoodoo Honey, Jessa's Juju on Facebook, Broomsticked on Artfire, Poshmark Ambassador, even though I'm trying to kind of get rid of that store, and many more things. Macari, Jessa's Treasures, everything, all that good stuff. I don't like this angle. I look quite chubby. I'd actually lost weight. But then there was the whole plague and quarantine. It wasn't that fun. Yeah, I might have been eating a little more. Look at the double check. Whoa, okay, let's. Yeah, that didn't help. Anyways, that's fine. As you can tell, I've been trying to go dark again. You know how I do my hair. But I won't quite give up that blonde, and I didn't curl my bangs. Just don't ask. That doesn't matter. It really shouldn't matter what I look like. I'm a witch. So, and I'm an older witch. I'll be 47 this August. Started doing this in 2006 online with the Real Witches with Aaron. I've actually been doing this since my late teens locally. I'm a spellcaster. You've probably heard of me. I've been on eBay, Etsy, and now I'm on Artfire. I had my own website for a while, but I am no IT person, and that got hacked, and it was a mess, and I had a cyber stalker, and yeah, we don't do that anymore. So I stay nice and safe on Artfire, where they have to handle all my issues and stalkers and fun things like that. Yeah. I am here because what I realized is when a lot of people ask me questions, I have to repeat myself daily 1,000 times. Why does it look like my one eye is like falling asleep? I think I did my makeup wrong. Sorry. But people ask me questions like daily over and over and over again. And I've answered all the questions mostly that I know of in different videos, but that's the thing. Then I have to kind of go back and find which video I answered what question in. And that has become a huge pain in the butt. So we're going to do one video. Hopefully, I've thought of every question, and we're going to answer them all in one video. Not that you can't go back and watch the other videos, because sometimes I will go longer on a topic in those videos you might be interested in. So please do still check those out. But I'm going to try to hit every major topic I can think that I repeat at least 4 or 5 times daily in this video, so that way I can just send it out and you will get your question answered. All right, let me get a sip because I'm going to be talking for a minute. Okay. Self-will is self-will. Self-will is a person's free will. You cannot break free will. You cannot break self-will. The best example, I know everybody loves my Brad Pitt one. I'm going to change it to Colin Farrell for myself. If I could do a spell on Colin Farrell to fall in love with me, I would. Oh, I don't think I wouldn't. I'd probably regret it horribly, but I would have done that years ago. You can't force somebody that has absolutely no attraction, no feelings, doesn't even know you, anything like that, to fall in love with you. Okay, you cannot. Would you like that done to you? Would you like some stranger that saw you at the cafe to just toss a spell on you, and next thing you know, you're married with 10 kids? No, neither does anybody else. So don't do that. Please stop. No. Respect free will. We use love spells and magic to amp up somebody's attraction to you, to amp up their feelings for you. That can be done. But they've got to have a feeling or an attraction to amp up. If they do not, there's nothing to amp up. So spell work is all about increasing, amping up, in some cases decreasing. When you do release spells, then you're decreasing. But we're going to talk mostly, because that one I don't mind sitting and talking to people about so much, because usually there's a situation like a cut and clear where there's been some trauma and they're really ready to start their lives over. And I'd rather actually sit and talk to you guys. That's kind of my personal area. I like to actually spend some time talking to you. about if you're going to use a spell to decrease something. That I don't mind. Why is this flashing? Please don't cut me off. Anyways, so self-will is self-will. Now, if somebody has a little bit of feelings, but they're deep down, they're covered in resentment, things like that. That's when you do your forgiveness spells to remove that resentment, amp up their feelings for you. I do a sugar jar, honey jar, things like that. Okay, so that's what love spells are all about: is amping up whatever attraction, whatever is out there for you. You amp it up. Okay, it's that simple, guys. Don't make it harder than it is. Breakup spells. Somebody asked me recently, why don't I do breakup spells? And I was so sick of repeating that, I actually was like, I'm not getting paid to teach. Okay, so if spell work depends on self-will, especially love spells where you've got 2 people's self-will, imagine having 3 people's self-will. How do you think that success rate is going to go? Now, if both people deep down secretly want to break up with each other, yeah, there's a good success rate, sure. But if that's the case, then they're probably already fighting and pretty close to breaking up anyways. So I do a spell. If they're not fighting and they're not pretty close to breaking up, then somebody doesn't really want to. And you can't break self-will. And it ruins my success rate if you get 3 people's self-will involved. And I can't help you. Then you get mad at me. When you're the one that ordered a spell that involves 3 people's self-will. So no, I don't do them. Sorry. My suggestion on that, if you know a couple and you know he is cheating or using the other or doing something wrong, and you have true good intentions, I prefer they not have children together. I'm a mom. I practice ancestral magic. I can't break up families. Sorry, I don't care what she or he is doing. And I've had some he's, trust me. But still, it's ancestral magic. And it's still ancestors and children and things like that. Now, if the child is in danger, you need to call CPS or the police before you call me. Thank you. But if it's a couple, it doesn't have children, not a natural born child anyways, that ancestors involved in, a truth and clarity. If you really want to reveal to this person that their partner is shady as hell, truth and clarity is what you need to buy, not a breakup spell. Let the truth come out on its own and let that person work that out for themselves and learn the life lesson they need to learn behind that. Time frames are in each listing. Oh my God, one more person this week asked me about time frames. Where's my shit? Okay, here's how time frames work. If you read my listings, what do I say? Those of you who have actually read the listings, 100 days. Why do I say that? It's 3 seasons, it's 3 full moons. That's why I say that. Even though, and I'll get to that in a minute, I don't use full moons in magic. It was still how I was taught. I like to give things 100 days just because, especially on stubborn situations where you may have blocks, in that 100 days, the universe has time to help you grow past your blocks so that the energy can come in. Plus, after 100 days, by then, you've probably already given up on the spell, and that's when spells tend to kick in, is when you've given up on them, because anxiety blocks spell work. So you order it, and those first couple weeks, you're anxious. Time goes on, that anxiety starts dying down, you stop wanting the thing you want so much, you quit being so desperate, you quit overthinking it, and bam, the spell kicks in. So I tell you guys that, because if I don't, you guys are going to sit there and obsess that first 2 weeks like crazy. So I have to tell you some far out number to get you to relax. Does that mean for sure the spell is going to take 100 days to kick in? No, it's not. It could kick in 2 nights after I do it. It could kick in 3 weeks after I do it. It could kick in 2 months after I do it. We don't know. There's no answer to that. It's whenever the hell you decide to settle down, quit overthinking, let your anxiety to go, trust in the universe, and allow the spell work to manifest, if at all possible. if you've used common sense about what you're doing spell work about. So, but that's why I say the 100 days. It's not just to piss you off. It's to give you, to make you give it time to actually work and get it off your mind. Because, oh God, I get so sick of repeating this. If you've ever tried to watch a pot of water boil on the stove, if you sit and stare at it, it never boils. You have to walk away. You have to keep busy. You have to stay distracted. You have to keep it off your mind for it to boil. It's the same thing with spell work. You gotta give it time. And one of my return clients, she came last night. She's gonna see this. She wanted to trade a safe travel spell. It's Saturday. She's traveling on Monday. Okay, guys, please give me time. I did it anyways because for her, I've been working with her for so long, and she knows kind of how it all goes. Her, it might actually work, but very few of you it will. You've had to been working with me for a pretty long time for anything to kick in that quick, and even then, sometimes it doesn't. So please order a couple months before you travel. If you're doing a student success or a test success spell, a few months before the test, ideal job, a few months before you lose your current job, give me some time. Things don't, it's not just me, give the universe some time. Things don't work overnight. Okay, get over the overnight thing. That's a scam. That's a ripoff. Anybody that says they can give you overnight results or results within a week or yada yada, it's all ripoffs. Okay, no, that's not how it works. What determines your personal spell work and when it kicks in is when you let it. When you quit obsessing about it, when you drop the anxiety, when you quit thinking about it, when you allow it to flow in is when it will flow in. As long as you're blocking it, it can't. So that's really on you. You want the answer to time frames? You're your own answer to time frames. When you quit being desperate and you quit being obsessive, it will kick in. Till then, it can't. You're blocking it. So don't blame me. Don't ask me. You're in control of that, not me. All right. Why don't I accept photos? Oh my God. It's right in the listings, guys. People keep trying to send me photos. Stop sending me photos. My phone only holds so much storage and there could be malware. And if you would like me to continue to be able to help you, I would need my phone. Thank you. The reason I really don't use photos, though, number one, I'm a human being. I could make judgments that would not help your spell work. So I'd rather not have any prejudgments towards your spell work. Number two, in Hoodoo, people didn't run around with cameras. But have phones back in the day. Okay? People that had photographs were very rich. It is not known to be practiced by the rich. So, yeah, I don't need photos. That's not kind of the spell work I do. I'm sorry. Once again, now, I won't say that's a scam thing because actually I do know some witches that do use photos, real witches, and I do know some real psychics that do like to use photos. I am Hoodoo. I'm ancestral magic. I need your name more than your photo because your ancestors do know who you are without the picture. But names and birth dates are important because I am calling on your ancestors to do your work. If you do not know your target's full birthday or full last name or, actual, like if you're just checking out a crush when they're addicted to me or something, okay, that's not super important as long as you promise me they're over 18. I do not do mojo for anybody under 18. I don't. It's not right. It's against my beliefs completely. And if you're, a 20-year-old man, I don't care if she's 17 and a half, not doing it. So that's why I asked for birthdays. If you don't know them, as long as you swear to me they're over 18, that's fine. If you do know a birth month, though, that can be helpful because sometimes I also use it for astrology sign reasons. Just if I need to tweak a spell a little bit. If it's 2 signs I know have certain problems, I might kind of tweak your spell a little bit. But mostly, I just need names for ancestral reasons. And that would be your birth name and their birth name. And birth dates just to verify you are over 18. Because I had a client trick me one time and lie about his birthday, and guess what? The spell didn't work, so don't do that. Yeah, and what if you don't know? Okay, we've covered that. Now, if you don't know, like if it is a crush and you know they're over 18, but you just don't know how, don't have a lot of information on them, a personal nickname that you think of them in their head is fine. Like, let's say I had a crush at a bartender I worked at, the Blue Bowl or something, and I'd be like, bartender at the Blue Bowl. Steve's laughing that off. Not you, Steven. Well, yeah, you, but I'm just using you for an example. And no, I never did spell work. But or Dan the mailman. All my friends are bad. I have a crush on my mailman. He's way too young for me. There is not going to happen, but I just enjoy him. But anyways, so I would use Dan the mailman, and he is over 18. So, but something like that, something that in your head, your subconscious, your energy will recognize this person, because we can't really call on their ancestors without a name, but we can still call on yours and mine. So, we've got that much. Moon cycles. Do I still cast on full moons, new moons, moon voids, blah, blah. I am not Wiccan. I don't use moon cycles. Do I enjoy going outside on a beautiful full moon, and casting under it? Sure I do. I do enjoy that. But do I call down the moon into my spell work? No, I don't, because I do ancestral magic. Doesn't mean I don't love sitting outside on full moons. So you will see me on Jessa's Juju. Hey, full moon coming, That just means I want to sit outside longer. So I'm trying to get more orders so I can stay out there longer. That's all. But I don't actually use the moon in my spell work. So now I do some sun magic, especially money, anything protective, money, anything physical, lust, things like that. I will sometimes do as sun magic. I may not tell you. It depends on how busy I am at that moment or slow at that moment. But sometimes if you order a lust or money, I may say I'm doing it that night. I may have actually done it that afternoon. It just depends on what time you order and how I can fit it in. But I don't necessarily always make that clear. To some of my longer customers, I will, because I know they get it. But newer customers, I don't want to freak out. And plus, sometimes because I'm not robotic, but I have a releasing speech I always say. And it's just, it's how I release your spell. And it's, thank you, I've completed your spell. All went well. I hope you enjoy the fastest results possible. Blah, 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 huge blessings. That just releases your spell. This just means I'm letting you know I completed it. I'm not letting you know exactly what time I completed it, but I have completed it. And if it wasn't money, lust, or protection, or anything like that, it was probably done at night. There's only a few I really do with some magic, and not always. It depends on time of year. And also how freaking hot it is outside. I just did one, and oh my god, dying. But anyways. Okay. Moon cycles. This is a hobby. It's a serious hobby. Do not let the word hobby fool you. But this is not my day job. I don't make that much money off your spells. I'm only making literally like $5 per spell, because the rest goes for supplies and fees I have to pay and yada yada. So if you come at me begging for free work, I'm sorry, I can't. I am an artist, actually, as my day job. So if I custom make a painting for somebody, I've bought the canvas, I've bought the paints, I bought all that, and then they don't want their order or they flake on me, I'm out all that money. It's the same exact thing for spell work. So, when you do your little chargebacks on PayPal because there was an internet glitch and you didn't get my response, or your results were overnight, or whatever your problem is, you're not taking from me, you're taking from my children, because I have paid for those supplies and everything I've done from you. You're taking $5 from me. The rest you're taking from my children, and I don't appreciate that. And you want to see me get feisty? Watch. Yeah, I wouldn't do it. Just don't do it. Respect the fact that I'm only making a few bucks, and I do this out of love. Okay? No chargebacks. Just no. And if, for whatever reason, if there's a miscommunication through the internet, and you haven't got a confirmation that I did your spell work or got your order, come double check, because sometimes I get lost in people's spam boxes. Sometimes you guys get lost in my spam box. As long as you've given me your information on the little Artfire box or a PayPal box or my Facebook Messenger or something, I have your information and I've done your spell work. There may be a glitch to where we're not communicating, but it's been done. So, and if worse comes to worse, I've had customers I could not get a hold of. I tried through their PayPal address. I've tried through whatever address they had on Artfire. I've tried through Artfire's little messenger system themselves, and I will not get a response. Okay, after a certain number of days, like 5 or 6 days, I will go ahead and just use whatever name is on your PayPal account. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to sit and wait a month for somebody to send me their name and birthday. I gotta keep things moving, you know. Uh-oh. Okay, sorry there was a phone call, but we're still going. Okay, let me move on. Casting different spells or the same spell on the same target. If you were in a relationship and you've tried the Addicted to Me and nothing really came of it, I don't have a problem with you trying a honey jar or something completely different, like increased communication. Maybe they just don't verbalize well. Maybe it's a shy person. I don't have a problem doing different spells on the same person, but there has to become a point where you go, okay, this person just isn't into me. I gotta let it go. But I'll work with you for a while, but please don't sit and cast the same spell over and over and over on the same person. Because that means it's not working. Don't do that. Please stop. I can't pay attention to what everybody's ordering all the time, and I can't always remember how many times you've ordered that spell on somebody. So I may not say anything to you, but it's your responsibility to go, okay, I've tried this spell 3 times on the same person and nothing has come from it. It's not Jessa's fault. This person is incapable of this for whatever reason. But then try a different spell if you want, or move on to an ideal, or find a new lover, something. Give up, basically. I don't do free recasts, kind of for the same reason. If it didn't work the first time, there's probably a reason it didn't work the first time. But let's get into that with road openers and blockages. And this is something which is say, and it can be scammy, but it also can be real. It can go either way, unfortunately. If you're having problems with money spells, especially because there's no other self-will involved, you may have some kind of blockage from your childhood, from your parents saying, the only way to make good money is hard work. And there may just be things in your subconscious. You may need hypnosis, therapy, Reiki, some kind of energy work to remove those blockages. You may be blocking your own spell work, unfortunately. I'm one who does it. One of my customers asked me one time how I became rich. I'm like, I'm not, because I'm still in therapy from a lot of damage set. And that's just that. Although there is this, I've mentioned it on another video, there's this great self-hypnosis, I think it was on Spotify, something about money and DNA. Every time I used to listen to that, I would win something the next day, or I'd get money. It's really good. And why didn't I keep up on it? Because I'm not consistent. And that's part of my problem. Part of my block is I'm not consistent in things. I have problems with consistency. So, I'm not a perfect person myself. I still have a lot of therapy to go through myself. Still have a lot of blocks myself, and I'm always trying to kind of get around to working on those. It's just, I'd rather do you guys' work, and I'm kind of lazy when it comes to my own, but I'm working on it. And yes, I really like self-hypnosis. If you can be hypnotized at all, use that. There's a lot of free stuff out there. And the same with like chakra balancing music, stuff like that. Do some of that before your spell work, and you'd be surprised like how much more intense your results can be. Return ex-lovers. My favorite spell. Why you want to return somebody that you obviously have problems with, I'll never know. But maybe in time and distance, maybe they've gotten better, maybe they went to rehab, maybe they've changed, whatever. That's fine. I don't judge. I do them anyways. But a lot of people ask, what if the ex is now with somebody new? Well, what we're doing with a return ex-lover is amping up the feelings your ex-lover had for you. If we can amp them up over what they feel for the new person, and they want to return, and we amp that up, most likely they will still return, but I cannot promise that. And because I don't do breakup spells, yeah, use a road opener before, or truth and clarity if you think their partner is shady, or if you think they're just kind of stuck out of familiar, not wanting to change, something like that. You could use a road opener before a return lover, especially if it's a hard situation. But there's still no promises there. I mean, if they're really, really, truly in love with a new person, even if they do still have some feelings for you, there's no guarantee I can amp those feelings up higher than their feelings for the new person. But, if they're just kind of with the new person, like out of revenge or money or something like that, then there's a little bit more of a chance. We might be able to do something. Okay. Read my own note. Oh, hexes. Why I don't do hexes. This was covered in a video I did because they have to be justified, and you're strangers on the internet, and I don't personally know you, and it's not that I don't believe your story, it's just I'm not getting the other side of the story, so I chose to step out of hexes. Plus, I have 3 kids, and I'm a mom, and I just rather not work with that kind of energy. But what I will do is the return to sender. Return to sender is a mirror spell. It's not technically considered a hex. It just returns whatever negative energy somebody's sent you or harm they've done to you back to them. Times however much. Mine are pretty wicked. Pretty good at those. Especially if it's one of my own personal ones. But yeah, it returns the harm they've done to you to them. Basically, it's just a mirror spell. It just mirrors it back. It just gives them what they've done to you back. And there comes with a slight thing of protection, so it can't bounce back. I do want to talk about 2 con artists and hexes, and the people that tell you you need to spend, $500 to remove some kind of family love curse that's put on you, and you'll never be happy till you remove it. That's all cons. It doesn't exist. Don't pay any attention to that shit. They're fucking with you. They are scamming you and fucking with you. And that will lead into why I don't do readings and spell work. Because the biggest con artists always do. And I don't like readings. Sorry, I don't. I'm teaching my child to read. She'll do readings, but we don't mix readings and spell works in this house. Because I find that scammy and I don't like it. Plus, it can... if I do a reading, there's a placebo effect involved in all this. And if I do a reading and I'm like, oh, your husband's cheating, and lead you to buy a faithfulness spell, what if my cards are wrong? Then you've blown your money. I'm doing a faithfulness spell for no reason when I could be doing something else I like to do. I don't like it. Not my thing. Not my thing. But I am teaching my daughter to read cards, and she does free little readings for tips. We do like it when people tip on my Facebook page occasionally as she's learning, and she's pretty accurate and she's pretty good. So if you have a question that's not regarding spell work, watch for us to do our little free giveaways on Facebook. We haven't done them since the plague started. I thought that's what we do, like constantly after the plague, but then there was homeschooling and heat and yeah, and just then I was doing house projects and we didn't get to it, but we'll get to it eventually. Money spells and luck spells. The difference. I don't have much luck with casino spells at all. I used to have the Vegas baby spell. Some of my customers actually, and I'm in Nevada, that's what's funny. But some of my customers actually had kind of good luck with it. I do better with raffles and contests than casinos. And we don't have the lottery in Nevada, although I do play California's occasionally, and I'll win small amounts. Occasionally. Yeah. And even in casinos, occasionally I win, or at least break even. But really, I prefer using luck spells for contests and raffles and things like that. I don't know why, but it just seems to work better. I don't know. That's just been my results. But you feel free to play around with it. You may have different results than me. Maybe I'm just meant to win raffles and contests. I've had a lot of raffle and contest winners. If you look back, I don't know if I'm going to keep broomstick.com. I don't know. I just don't feel like a lot of people go there. But somewhere around there's old testimonials. A guy won a house. A girl here locally that I know, Gina, won a truck. Her ideal love spell. She's still married to that guy, actually. I need to have Gina redo her testimonial. But because a lot's happened since back in the day. But and all my spells have worked for her. But I just seem to have more luck with raffles and contests. So I would use a luck spell for that, and just general good luck. Like if you are going to Vegas, if you're going to travel to Vegas, might as well do a luck spell before you get there. It could be a room upgrade. It could be you meet somebody. You could, luck is luck. It doesn't always mean money. It just means good luck, which I usually would like to be money. But yeah, there's other things in life besides money. So, but money spells are more for, there's like the better business spell, there's find an ideal job spell, and then there actually is the money spell. I never know how that one's going to manifest. It's manifested in some strange ways in my own life. I did it for a friend who literally found like $300 under a truck. So you never really know. You never know. It is a surprise. With more windows you have open in your life to make money, like if you have little side businesses, if you have some kind of creativity, if you're open to working for the money, and being paid well, it seems to kind of follow those people better than just people trying to win the lottery. That is more a luck thing than necessarily a money thing. So with money spells, just know where you kind of want the money to come from. If it's a luck thing, then get a luck spell. If it's promotion at work, money spell, or better business, or chronic success. I don't think I have those listed, but you can always replace one. If it's, raise at work, promotions, better job, things like that. Chronic success is good